Hello friends, I am Dr. Pramod Bokade from Priyadarshini Bhagwati College of Engineering. Welcome you all in this video tutorial series on LaTeX. Friends, this is our fifth video in this tutorial series. In previous videos we have seen the introduction of the LaTeX, how to set the page layout. In third video we have seen how to display the title of the document, and in the fourth video we have seen the paragraph formatting. Friends, if you have not seen my previous videos, I am providing the link in the description box. If you want, you can see that videos. Now in today's video we are going to see the text formatting. So in the text formatting we are going to see how to make any text bold. If you want to put some text in underline, or if you have to italicize the text or emphasize the text, then we will see the different commands used for bold, italics, underline and emphasizing. So as an example of all what is bold, italics, underline and emphasizing, I have given one example here. So if you see here in this example, we are having some text which is made bold. This op-amp word is made bold. It is clearly identified among the text. Then if you see here, this vacuum tubes, it is underlined. So in sometimes in the document you require some text to be underlined. Then if you see here, this addition, subtraction and multiplication, this text it is italicized. And the next one, Robert J. Widler, this text I have made emphasized. If you see here, italicization and emphasizing both seems to be similar, but it has some difference. So what will be the difference? That we will see when we will have the practical hands-on these different formatting commands. So we will not wait and we will directly go to our text studio to have the practical hands-on this text formatting. So for that I will go to the text studio. So I will make new file. It will create a new source code. I will create a simple article using this quick start wizard. I will keep all this term as default as we have already seen in the second video. So once I will click this, it will produce a template where we are having the preamble and the body. The body is between the begin document and end document. So here our text will remain. Hence, to save our time, I will copy some text from my previous Word file. Let us consider I will copy this text and put this text in this body of your source code. So if you see here, I have written some text here. You can also type, but to save our time, I have directly copied some text from the other file and paste it here. Now friends, we will see the commands one by one. There are two methods. So first is by using the direct commands, and second one is the shortcut method that I will tell you. Now friends, if you see this text and suppose in this text you want some characters or you want some line to be make bold. Suppose I have this word to be make bold, robot. So what you need to do here, I have to write down I have to select that text first and then write the command /text bf and I will put enter. If you see here, the command is /text bf and inside the curly bracket I am having the text which is to be made bold. Now here I have considered a single word for making it bold. If you want to include some more text, I will remove this right hand side curly braces and suppose up to this point I have to make it bold. So I have put the command text bf, and inside the curly brackets we are having the text which we have to make it bold. Now the second, I will consider some text to make it underline. Suppose I will making this Robotic Institute of America to be underlined, suppose. So for that we are having the command slash underline. Slash underline command, and for this slash underline command we are having the curly braces, and inside the curly braces again you have to put the text which is to be underlined. So one command we have considered for boldface, the another command we have considered for underlining, third I will consider the text for italicizing. That means we have to mix this text, suppose italics. So for that I will select the text, and suppose I will write down this command slash text it, text italics, and I will press it enter. If you see here, there is command text it, and whatever the text you will include inside this curly braces, that text will be made italics. Now first I will consider only these three commands and let you know what will be the output for this. So what I will do here, I will click on build and view. So once I will click on build and view, it is going to process, and that can be seen in the window below to this source file. So while it is processing, I am just repeating the commands. To make boldface we have this command text bf. To make the text underline we are having the command text underline, and to make the text italics we have the command text it. So here the output produced will be shown to the right hand side window. The process is excited normally, that means our source code do not have any errors, and it is ready to produce the output now. So let us check for the output. It is taking some much more time because the laptop's processor is slow. The process excited normally, and if you see here the output, see here the output, the definition, the robot is dynamic. We have kept the robot is dynamic under the text bf environment. So the robot is dynamic is made bold. Then the second command we have given underline Robotic Institute of America. So Robotic Institute of America, it is underlined. And the third command we have given for italics, so reprogrammable. So reprogrammable word, it is italics. So in this way you can make the text bold, underline and italics. So these are the commands. You remember this command. But if you don't remember this command, we do not have any problem here. So let us again consider the same text. I will copy from the Word file and again paste it below so that I can tell you a shortcut method to make the text bold, italics and underline. So for that, again, suppose if I want this term or I want this text to be made bold, now instead of using the command name, what I will do here in LaTeX environment, three buttons are provided. B stands for bold, I stands for italics and U stands for underline. So again I will make, suppose this robot is dynamic, this word or text I have to make it bold. So I will simply click on B, so it will automatically give you the command text BF. Similarly, Robotic Institute of America, this text I want to make it underline. So again I will go here and will click on the U stands for underline. So I will click it on U symbol. So here it will produce the command that is underline. And third word we have selected the reprogrammable for italics. So I will select this text and will click on italics. So it will give you the command text it automatically. That means whatever we have done manually here in the first paragraph by remembering the commands. Now in second paragraph we have used simply the buttons that they are in the LaTeX environment. Now these buttons are similar to the buttons that are provided in the Microsoft Word. So if you don't remember some commands, there is no problem, because for most of the commands some buttons are provided here. So as we go through the further videos, we will see these shortcut methods one by one. In the last video tutorial, we have seen the paragraph alignment as left align, right align, center align. So we have seen that alignment through the commands, that is begin flush left for left alignment, begin flush begin flush right for right alignment, and begin center for center alignment. So we have done it manually by writing the commands, but if you see here, there are three buttons given. If you click on this, here it is for flush left. For aligning the text to the right, we are having the flush right, and for center align we are having the begin center. So again, this is similar to the buttons that are provided in the Microsoft Word. Now let us concentrate on this bold, underline and italics that we have created by using the buttons given in the LaTeX environment. So again, I will go and click on build and view. So again, wait for some time. The second paragraph produced will be similar to the first paragraph that we have produced manually by writing the commands. So let us wait for the processing to complete. And if you see here, the second paragraph is similar to the first paragraph. Robotics Dynamic is made bold. Robotic Institute of America, it is underlined. We have seen it is underlined here, and reprogrammable word, it is made italics. So here it is available here. See. Now, in this way you can format the text as bold, underline and italics. Now, one more command we have to concentrate on, that is emphasizing. So let us see what is the meaning of emphasizing. So let us again have the text. I will copy it from the Microsoft Word document, Control C. I will consider the same text. Now here I have not made any text as a bold, underline or italics. And if you see here, the output produced will not contain the bold, italics or underline. Now there is one command, that is emphasize. Suppose I have to make some text emphasized, that means it looks differently as compared to the normal word. Then what I will do here, suppose I want this Robotic Institute of America, this word to be emphasized. Then we have to select this text, and I will write down the command /emph, that is emphasize, and then I will click enter. So it will enclose this text inside the emphasize environment. If you see here, /emph in curly braces, we have to include the text which needs to be emphasized. So here, if you see the output produced will be similar to the word which is italics. Suppose this is Robotic Institute of America, the output for this is similar to the italics. But to explain the difference, we will consider some another example. So if you see here, it has produced the output. If you see here, the Robotic Institute of America. In this paragraph, the text except this Robotic Institute of America is normal text, and only the text which is emphasized, that becomes italics. So if the remaining words are normal, then the emphasized word will be in italics. But the difference is, suppose I will remove this. and suppose I will make all this text suppose italics. I'll make it italics, and now suppose, so by doing this all the text in this paragraph will be made italics. Now suppose if I will select this Robotic Institute of America and make it emphasized, suppose /EMPH, and make it enter. So what should be the output? In previous case we have seen that the remaining text was normal and the emphasized text will be made emphasized or italics. Now here in this case the remaining text will be italics and the emphasized text will be normal. So let us go and build the view and check what will be the output for this, whether we are getting the difference or not. You see the difference here. This is the previous output, the third paragraph, the last paragraph. You keep in mind, and let us see what will be the output after doing this. So if you see here, first we have made all the text as the italics. You can observe this, and the text which is included inside this emphasized environment, it is the normal text. That means what is the difference between italics and emphasized here? The emphasized command will give you the italics inside the normal text, and if your remaining text is normal, the emphasized text will be italics, and if your remaining text is italics, the emphasized word will be normal. So that is the difference. So this is all about bold, italics and underline. Now let us go for, I will delete some text from here now. Now let us go for the next command. Now we have the presentation with us. So we have seen all this bold, italics and underline. The next is blank spaces. How to insert the blank spaces between the text, that we will see here. How to insert the horizontal blank spaces and how to insert the vertical blank spaces. So let us see here. Suppose now we are having these two paragraphs. Now if we want to leave some spaces between the two words, suppose here the text is the definition. What the LaTeX will do, it will not leave any white spaces between the two words. So you can check here. Suppose if you will put more spaces between the two texts, the and the definition, what the output is expected in terms of word, we have seen that whatever the blank space you will keep, the same blank space will be there in the output document. But in LaTeX, all the white spaces will be ignored and only one white space will be there between the two words. So let us go and execute this. So if you see that the output document will have some effect, and what will be the effect, that we will see after completing the processing. So process excited normally, and if you see the output, there are more white spaces between the two words, the and definition. We have kept here more white spaces, but here in this output document it will not have any white spaces. Sorry. That means the LaTeX will not consider additional white spaces between the two words. But if in your document you require the white spaces between the two words, then what you need to do here, you have to write down one command slash. Horizontally we have to keep the white spaces. So what I will do here, the command is slash h space, and inside the curly brackets you have to write the value in terms of millimeter, centimeter or inch, at how much white space you have to keep in between the two words. So suppose I want to keep 1 centimeter between the two words, suppose. I will write down 1 centimeter. If anyone wants to write keep some more white space between the two words, for example 2 centimeter, I will write down 2 centimeter here. Now see the difference. Again I will go and build this one. The process has started and it is going to compile and produce your output document in the PDF format. So it is compiling, just wait for the output. So there definitely now here in this case where we have inserted the command h space, there will be the space, white space between the two words, now the and the definition. In previous case there was only one white space, but now here between the two words it has created more white space which is equal to the value that is given here. In this way, in the text you can leave a white space between the two words or two sentences and so on. Now let us consider these two paragraphs. Now sometimes it is required that one word, I will consider a new example here. Suppose what I will do here, sometimes you require that the date here, and I want my name to be displayed to the right. That means date should be displayed to the extreme left, and my another word or the sentence that should be displayed to the extreme right. In such a case, what you have to do here, you have to fill the two words with the command /hfill and to the right I will write down Dr. P.R. Bokde. Suppose I will consider this one. That means I want this date to the extreme left and my name to be displayed to the extreme right, and there should be white space filled between these two words. Suppose so here what I will do here, I will again build and view. So here the output produced will be date to the left and my name to be displayed to the right. So the process is going on and you will observe the output. Just wait for the output here. See, the date is displayed to the left and my name is displayed to the right, and in between this date and my name the space is filled with the white space. So sometimes in the document this is required. So you can fill the space between the by using the command hfill. Similar to this hfill, if I want some vertical spacing between these two paragraphs, in this case if you have seen here there is no spacing between the two paragraphs. So if I want some space to be kept between these two paragraphs, what I will do here now, here I will write down the command /vspace. I will write down the command vspace, click enter. Now how much spacing you have to keep between the two paragraphs is to be written inside this curly braces, whether you have to keep 1 centimeter, 2 centimeter, 1 inch, 4 inch, 5 inch, whatever the value or whatever the spacing you have to keep between these two documents or two paragraphs, you have to write that value here. Suppose I want to insert 4 centimeter space between these two paragraphs, so I will write down here /v space and in curly bracket 4 centimeter. Let us go and run this document to produce the output. So definitely there will be 4 centimeter spacing between these two paragraphs. So let the compilation to end and observe the output. Definitely there will be 4 centimeter space between these two paragraphs. If you see here, now this vspace 4 centimeter command has left 4 centimeter between these two paragraphs. Now sometimes it is required that between these two paragraphs or between the two lines, if you consider, the complete white space should be left. Suppose this first paragraph should be displayed on the extreme top and second paragraph should be displayed to the extreme bottom of this page, suppose. So for that case the command should be written as slash vfill, that is vertical fill. So slash vfill command will insert a white space between the two paragraphs, and it will fill your complete page by this vfill. So this paragraph will be displayed on the top, this paragraph will be displayed to the bottom of the page, and the remaining space will be filled with the white spaces. So let us go and run this one. So as expected, our expectation is this paragraph should be on the top, this paragraph should be at the bottom of the page, and the remaining should be filled with the white spaces. So let the compilation complete, and if you see here, this is the first paragraph which is displayed on the top of the page, is the second paragraph which is displayed at the bottom of the page, and between this top paragraph and the bottom paragraph, the space is filled with the white spaces. So this is all about the spacing. So I think we should stop here for this video. If you have any question related to this, you can put your question in the chat box. Now thank you very much. As usual, I want to make an announcement. If you like these videos, kindly subscribe my channel and like my videos, and also press the bell icon so that you will receive the notification of my remaining videos as I will upload the new videos on YouTube. So thank you very much. Bye bye.